Hi, good morning everyone. Welcome to Swimmer's Edge Yoga. We're here for another workout. We're so glad you could join us. We are getting more and more people coming to our morning classes live, and a lot of you watching them recorded, so we're excited to have you here. We are going to get going. I am actually not in the studio today. I am away at the NCSA Junior Nationals meet in Orlando, but this is a pre-recorded workout that I did for you before we left. So it's not live today. It's a video recording, but we are glad that you are here. We're going to come down to our mat and get started with some great breath work and also some back work, getting our backs loosened up, and then we'll go through all sorts of different standing and seated and reclined poses to just restore your body from your swim workouts. We're glad you're here with us. If you are new to Swimmer's Edge Yoga, please do make sure that you've checked in with your physician. If you need to check into some fitness levels before you start a new exercise regimen, if you have been with us before, you know that you can ask any questions on our question and answer panel that's to the right, or send your questions, if you're watching the recorded version, send them to swimmersedgeyoga@gmail.com, and we'd be happy to answer anything that you wish to talk about. So for now, come down onto your mats, whether you're in your living room or at a practice pool, or you're somewhere in your study or an office or bedroom or wherever you are working out. Just lay down your mat and come into whatever seated position is comfortable for you. I'm sitting in half lotus, my foot up towards the ceiling on top of my lap, but it's okay just to sit crisscross or to extend your legs, however is a comfortable position. This is actually a hip opening position just to be seated here. So take some time to wiggle in, maybe move some of the flesh out from underneath your rear end. Actively push those knees down towards the mat, and then your hands can go anywhere on your lap. Doesn't matter, just get comfortable sitting tall through your torso. So you'll engage your abdominal muscles, sit so that your body is tall, your shoulders drawn down away from your ears, and almost like someone's pulling you by a string from the top of your head. Take some time to settle in, close your eyes, maybe soften your gaze, and start to think about how you're breathing. So notice your inhale coming in through your nose, filling up your lungs, expanding your ribs, and then your exhale, expelling that air from that chest cavity. Just easy. You don't have to notice too much, just notice the breath in and out. Make it happen inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. If you're in a private space or you don't feel uncomfortable doing it in a class or a coaching environment, go ahead and make that exhale audible. So as you inhale through your nose, exhale with that audible breath. Really expelling all of that air, giving those lungs some fresh air to work with, and expelling all of it out. Just a nice cleansing breath. And as you're ready, we're going to take our hands out to the side. So extend your arms long. Palms are facing forward and going towards the ceiling as you inhale. So through your nose, inhale, lift your hands. Just aim them up towards the ceiling, really reach. Feel that side body stretch. Flip your palms. Exhale, push the air down with those nice, strong, straight arms. Inhale, flip your palms and lift. Exhale, use that long exhale to bring those hands down to your side. Inhale and lift. And exhale, lower them down. We're going to switch from side to side now. So as long as you're comfortable, we'll inhale and lift those hands. We'll drop the right hand down towards the right side and lean that direction with your left hand overhead. So your left hand can reach towards the right side of the room. Don't bend forward. Try to keep your chest and body open to the front of the room. And inhale, we'll lift up and over. Exhale, lean into the left side. Reach with that right arm towards that left side of the room. So you can go with your own breath here. You don't have to go with my breath. Just make this your own practice. Take your time. If you breathe slower or faster, just work with your own breath pace. When you reach over, you can drop down onto your elbow of that bottom arm. So just get into kind of a nice pattern where you're getting a little mindless, Just engaging in the motion itself and the breath and not being worried about anything else. Just disconnect your mind a little bit as you work with your breath back and forth. Feel that deep stretch. We're going to add a twist when we come up here. So one more time to the left side. So inhaling and exhaling to the left. And as you come up from that left side, reach those hands up tall. Really lengthen your torso. Extend your hands high. Now turn towards the right side of your body with your torso. So the whole torso turns. Now drop your hands down. Look over your back shoulder, so that right shoulder. Your left hand comes to your right knee. You're still sitting up tall, real tall. Feel that stretch almost from your neck all the way down to your spine through that side body. And breathe. Just hold this position as you take a few breaths. With your inhale, sit tall. With your exhale, maybe you twist a little farther. Use your breath to help you engage into the motion. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, look over that back shoulder. You can press into that back hand and lean back a little bit if that feels good. And we'll come back to the front. It's about time you might want to change your feet. So we'll switch directions of those feet. Maybe the other foot is on top. You don't want to give that ankle too much of an ache. Inhale, lifting those hands real tall. Turn towards the left side this time. So the whole torso turns. Drop your right hand to your left knee. Plant your left hand behind you and look over that back shoulder. Breathe. 3 or 4 breaths here as we hold this twist. You may start feeling it in your neck based on holding that right hand to your left knee. Or maybe you're feeling it more in the back as you twist and lean. All of us have different needs for what these stretches are doing for our own bodies, where we're tight, where we need to gain mobility, what needs to recover. Okay, coming back to seated, let's take our hands, we're going to interlace them in front of us. We're going to inhale them up overhead. This time we're going to flip our palms high and reach towards the sky or the ceiling or the sun. I like thinking about the sun. Exhale, flip the palms over again towards your face as you lean down into a cat back. So you roll your back broadly away from your hands, pressing your hands forward. This is a nice back stretch. Inhale, lift, flip the palms, look up towards them, that adds. Exhale, lower down. Real big. Inhale, lift. Again, lose your mind in the motion. Exhale, audibly, hear your breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Really reach and lower. That's great. Let's take our feet into a butterfly pose. So this is bound angle or butterfly. You can have the soles of your feet touching together, the knees come wide. Place your feet wherever they need to be so that your knees can actively press down towards the mat. So maybe they have to come out a little farther for you to do that. This is your practice for your body, so do what's right for you. You can take hold of those feet or your ankles to be able to sit up tall. Engage your abs. That requires some strength to sit up while you're in this active pose. Take your hands to the outside now. Oh, tighten up. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, we're going to bring them in front of us. Now we're going to cross our right arm over our left and then bend at your elbows. You can touch the back sides of your hands together or bring that right hand around and touch palms with your left. So now we have eagle arms with a butterfly pose. Take a nice breath in, sit up tall, maybe even a little micro back bend. As you lift those elbows, now exhale, let's fold down towards the floor. Now you can stop wherever that edge is for your own groin or your own back or whatever is finding the edge first, a shoulder possibly. Just hover there. Maybe you take it down to the floor. It's up to you. Inhale, lift. At least parallel to the floor with those upper arms, so your elbows are 90 degrees. Exhale, lower. So this is getting into those groins, getting into the shoulders, and lift. and release. Let's take our arms wide, maybe give yourself a hug, just stretch those shoulders. We're going to go back to this on the opposite side, but this time let's take those feet into a different pose. We're going to take our left foot a little closer to the right side and stack your shins on top of one another like logs. So you'll put your right foot on top of your left knee, and you can actually try to bring your right knee down towards your left foot. This is called fire log pose. It's a different stretch in the hips. Now you may just have to stay hovering. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Just make it to your own edge of things. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, bring them forward. We're going to cross the left arm over the right and bend at the elbows, touching the back sides of the hands or switching to palm to palm. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, lower down. Now this feels pretty good in the hips, so find wherever that stretch edge is for you, forward or hovering. That shaking, that trembling, that's okay. Inhale, lift again. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And coming back up, let's take things apart. We'll open those arms wide. Give yourself a hug again. This fire log, we're going to want to switch to enjoy the stretch on the other side. So unravel. We'll take the right knee and foot to the bottom. Cross your left foot on top of the right knee. Now here's where you'll notice, for me, I have a tighter left hip, so it's a different stretch. You'll find a different edge on the other side. So find your fire log pose as best you can, whether you're hovering or just working into it. Just wiggle in. Inhale those hands up. This time we're not going to go into eagle arms. We're just going to drop them back down. Touch your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And we'll uncross. Okay, I'm going to switch so that you can see things from the back here. If you have a strap, oops, I better grab my strap. If you have a strap or a belt or a towel nearby, you may want this for our next pose. We're going to be doing cow face arms, which is a swimmer favorite stretch, at least as far as I'm concerned. So come into that easy seated pose. We're going to lift our hands up tall. Now you're going to drop your right hand behind your back. So the fingertips are going towards the floor. With your left hand, take hold of your right elbow, and you know what you do behind the blocks. You give it a little squeeze, but make sure you're not bending over to do that. Keep the elbow behind the head and neck are aligned, and just give that gentle squeeze. Now release that elbow, drop the left hand down. The back of the hand comes behind the back, and you can take hold of that right hand if you're able, or use a strap or belt or towel to hold on in both hands between those. And just work your fingers towards one another if you're using a towel. And release. And we'll switch to the opposite side. So inhale, lift the hands. Drop the left hand down behind you. Give it a nice stretch with the right hand on the elbow. Then release, keeping that arm there, dropping the right hand down. You can see now is where I would like a strap. So my opposite side is a little different. So I'm holding the strap with the left hand, reaching up with the right, and just working those hands towards one another to get a little closer today. Gaining some mobility, gaining some flexibility in the shoulder that's not allowing, just little by little. And exhale, release. That's great. We're going to come down to the floor, and we're going to start on our bellies. So coming down onto the floor here with your stomach to the mat, place your right hand, left hand and right hand next to you, but your right face on the floor. With your inhale, we're going to just lift our head off the floor and our chest and roll those shoulders up and away. Exhale, lower. Now you can stay right there, or you can actually clasp your hands behind you if that feels comfortable. Interlacing those hands. Inhale, lift. You can lift the hands off your back and reach towards the back of the room, or you can just leave them settled there. Exhale, lower. If you want, you can hold a beach ball behind you. Inhale, lift. That's a little different stretch. Maybe just try that out. Pressing inward as if you're holding a ball with your hands. Exhale, lower. If you want to add legs to this, you can. Inhaling, lift the face and the feet and roll those shoulders backwards. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. So this is locust in whatever version you decided to do, and lower. When you lift the feet, try not to let them splay apart. So lifting them straight up off the ground in a parallel way. You can even touch the toes together if that helps. That's a little squeeze for your thighs. Exhale, lower down. All right, we're going to slide our hands in front now. We're going to come up into some cobra roll-ups. So just warming up our upper back. Think about your spine as a pearl necklace. And as you start rolling up, roll up one vertebra at a time. So inhaling, start one at a time as you press out of those hands, lifting up just gently off the floor, keeping your belly on the mat. And exhale, lower back down. You can touch your forehead to the mat if you like. Inhale, lift. Just go with your own breath here. Inhaling and exhaling. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Roll those scapulas down your back. Find some mobility, some strength. Inhale, lift. Now you can add a little twist to your cobra, dropping that left shoulder down to the mat and then the right, and then lifting the left and lifting the right. So it's almost like a circle as you do your cobra roll-ups. And then we'll switch directions as you're able. Inhaling and exhaling. Make sure you're continuing to breathe. And release. Great. We're going to send our hands forward. We'll come into Sphinx pose. So the forearms are parallel to one another. The elbows are bent, and the elbows should be right underneath your shoulder. We're going to take those hands together in prayer hands. Interlace those hands together. We're going to stretch them forward. So just leaning into that nice lengthy body. Giving those shoulders, the outside edge of those deltoids a stretch. You can bring your hands back into prayer, dropping your face towards the mat. You can take the hands behind your head and lower them down to the mat. Let's press up into all fours. So we're coming into tabletop. If you need a little extra padding for your knees, go ahead and fold your mat over onto itself. You can give yourself a little layer there. Knees under hips, hands right underneath your shoulders, air beneath your palm. Let's go into some cat-cow in this tabletop position. So inhaling to cow, press the belly towards the floor. Top of the head lifts, tailbone lifts. Exhale, lower your head, lower the tailbone, press up through your back, stretch those scapulas away from one another. Inhale, lift into cow. Just go with your own breath. I'll be quiet. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Cow. Cat. And your next breath, when you come back to tabletop, drop your elbows down to the floor in the same way we did in Sphinx pose. We're going to go ahead and slide those hands forward into puppy. So dropping that chest towards the mat, your face is forward or just hovering. Your chest is pressing towards the floor. This gets into the triceps, into the armpit area, into the lats. Nice chest stretch. Coming back up through all fours, we're going to press back into child's pose. So sink down, your hips between your feet, take your knees wide, toes, big toes touch, sink into that child's pose, and back up to all fours. Find that strong all fours, strong tabletop with your inhale. Inhale your right hand up towards the sky, open to the side. Exhale, lower, extend that hand underneath the left hand, palm is up. Feel that stretch in the shoulder. We're threading here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. When you get down into that thread, you can do a half bind, so you can lift the left hand up, drop the back side behind your back, and even maybe take hold of your thigh. You can be anywhere in between. But do press into that right shoulder. Feel that stretch behind you. Inhaling, lifting towards the ceiling. Turn the thumb towards the front. Press up into all fours. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So with your inhale, lifting the left hand up. Threading under. As you twist open, really aim that hand towards the sky. Inhale, lift. And open your side body. Open it all the way to the side of the room. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Really reach underneath. Engage that twist into the left shoulder. You can take the right hand off the floor, send it tall. Turn the thumb towards the back of the room. Reach the hand behind you and even take hold of your thigh if you can reach there. And breathe. That's great. Pressing back up through all fours. We're going to come into our first down dog. So when you're in all fours, press into your hands, lift your bum, engage those legs and lift the rear end high, mountain pose, hips are high, hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hips width apart, a little bend in those knees for these first down dogs. We'll pedal in. So just feel that stretch, dropping the head between the deltoids and the biceps, press your heels towards the floor, pedaling it in, feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. Really press your chest towards your thighs. Actively get it to aim that direction. Head comes between your hands. Awesome. We're going to step forward with our right foot into lunge. So come into that low lunge. Head is high. You may want to block here. I have a pull buoy nearby. If you don't want to go out and buy a block, a pull buoy will work just fine. So the right foot is forward. We're stepping into that low lunge. Keeping our chest higher than our hips is the goal. So that's why the block. If you plant your hands up on a block, you have a better chance of keeping that chest high. So feel that nice low lunge, just stretching into the hamstring of the right leg, the quad and groin of the left. Press through that left heel and keep a right angle of your right leg. We're going to drop that left knee down to the floor. That takes some of the load off. We're going to sit back towards our left hip, lift our right foot off the floor, and come into a nice hamstring stretch on the right. Now, you can stay here in this high place or even be on a block, or with your inhale, lengthen through your torso and exhale over that right knee for that nice hamstring stretch. Kind of an intense side stretch. Breathing, bringing that head down towards the knee. And exhale. We're going to come forward through that lunge, but stay with the left knee down. So we're still in low lunge. The left knee is down. Plant your left hand inside your right foot. You may still be on a block. Turn your body towards the right and reach with your right hand to the back of the room. Breathe. With your next inhale, if you can, lift that left foot off the floor, even just slightly. You can take hold of it all the way tall in that right hand if you like. Otherwise, just a subtle lift is good. And release. Great. We'll move the block out of the way. We're going to press into our hands, curl our left toes under, step back into plank. So here we are in a nice strong plank. We're going to do a little balance here in plank. You may choose to stay in regular plank or drop your knees down. It's up to you. So either kneeling plank or regular plank. With your inhale, lift your right hand off the floor and extend it out in front. So 3-point plank, whether you're in kneeling plank or regular plank. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, switch to the left hand. Try not to roll too much onto your side. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Keep breathing. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Awesome. Press up into down dog. So from plank to down dog should be one nice movement where your feet and hands are staying in the same place. Pedal in, move your feet a little bit to adjust. Press your heels down. We're going to the other side with that lunge. So take a breath. With your inhale, step through forward with your left foot into that nice low lunge. So you can stay here for a breath or two. The back leg is long. Take that bend out of that back knee. Stretch it out straight. Look at your front foot. You should be able to see your toes beyond your knee. It's an important right angle there. Beautiful. Drop that right knee down to the floor. Lean back into that left leg, sinking with that left hip. Remember, we're going to lengthen first, so extend that body almost like monkey. Engage the abs. Someone's pulling you towards the front of your mat. Exhale, lower down, forehead towards the knee. So deep stretch in that hip and the hamstring on the left side. With your inhale coming up onto the foot, back into that bent leg lunge. We're going to plant the right hand inside the left foot and rotate to the back with the left hand. So you're looking over the shoulder. The hand is reaching to the back of the room, not up towards the sky. Now you can lift that back foot off the floor just slightly and hover with strength, or bring it all the way up to the hand and not just strength but stretch. Feel that pose, breathe. It's a great stretch through the quad. And exhale, lower down. We're going to travel forward to the front of the mat now. So press into your hands, lift your right toes, press into your toes, and step forward into forward fold. So come into that nice dangly forward fold. You can bend your knees a lot. We're going to step on our hands, drop the top of our head towards the floor. And now we're in gorilla pose. So I'm standing on my palms, my fingertips are are aiming towards my heels. And I'm going to bend my knees a lot. Come down so that you can actually touch your chest to your thighs. Now you can stay here and just hang out in this strong pose, or you can inhale and lift your hips up tall toward the ceiling. Exhale, lower your hips and plant your chest back on your legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. A nice forward fold stretch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Press through your knees, hips towards the sky. Good stretching. And release. We're going to drop those hands out from under our feet. Let's plant our right hand on the floor in front of our feet, so just in the middle. For those of you who have a little harder time with the forward fold, this is a great place for a block too. Just plant your hand onto that block in front of your feet. Bend your right knee, twist open to the left side of the room, lifting that left hand high towards the ceiling. If you like to have a half bind, you can do that. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. With your next exhale, rotate towards the front. Plant your left hand on the mat or buoy or block. Bend in your left knee. Extend the right hand high. And breathe. And exhale. And breathe. And when you exhale, rotate towards the front. We'll just go one breath, one movement to the left. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale, open. Exhale, lower. Inhale, open. Exhale, lower. And open. And coming back to the front, we'll straighten the knees, drop the top of the head. You can just dangle here or come into that active forward fold. Pressing into the feet, we're going to come tall to standing. So raise your hands over your head and come back. Raise your hands over your head. With your exhale, swan diver bow. The hips go behind you, the body bends and lowers down into that forward fold. Inhale to monkey, exhale to fold. Inhale tall to stand, exhale to fold. Inhale to monkey, exhale to fold. Inhale tall to stand. Exhale, sweep the hands around into chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale to monkey. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall to stand. Sweep the hands behind and around and up to chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall to stand. Sweep the hands down and around behind you, up to chair. Sink those hips and fold. Awesome. Inhale, tall to stand. Exhale, swan dive or bow. Inhale to monkey. Exhale to fold. We're going to step back with our right foot into plank and then our left foot. Then lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to down dog. We're going to travel. So walk, step, or jump. So taking a step with your right foot towards the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall to stand. Exhale, fold. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, fold. Step back with your left foot to plank or kneeling plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, or maybe up dog with the tops of your feet on the floor, pressing up tall. If you're in up dog, take your shoulders away from your ears. Really engage that stretch. Inhale, up to down dog. Stepping through with your left foot. Come forward into fold. Drop the top of the head. Inhale, lift, tall to stand. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back to monkey, hands at your shins. Exhale, fold. Step back with your right foot. Then left foot into plank. Lower down. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, step forward with your right foot, then your left. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tall to stand. Exhale, lower. Inhale to monkey. Exhale, lower. Step back with your left foot to plank, then your right. Chaturanga. Inhale, slide forward to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. You can travel, walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat. We're going to do a big circle sweep to chair. So inhale the arms up and around and lift to chair. Now in chair, you may, it's funny, I have a pull boy, so I can put the pull boy right between my legs, just like regular. So coming into that chair, really sink down. If you have a block, you can have the block between your legs also. Exhale, fold. Inhale to monkey. Exhale, fold. We're going to step back with our right foot into lunge and come into a high lunge. So we were in low lunge with our hands on the floor. Come into that high lunge, either with your hands on your thigh, or you can raise your hands up towards the sky. Beautiful. Let's take hold of our left hand with our right hand and lean towards the right side. Then switch. Take hold of your right hand with your left and lean towards the left side. Requires some balance here. Exhale, drop those hands to the floor. We'll step back into plank or kneeling plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. With your inhale, we're going to step forward with that right leg into high lunge. So come up in that strong, balancing high lunge. Hands at your thigh or hands overhead. If your hands are at your thigh, you can just do a lean here. Sorry, I should have mentioned that before. With your inhale, though, have your hands tall. Take hold of your right with your left and lean towards the left. And then switch. Lower down, hands come towards the mat. Step forward to forward fold. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tall to stand. Exhale, fold. Sweep up into chair. The hands are lifted, the hips are sunk. Exhale, fold. Step back with your left leg and then your right. You can finish this low flow or take the resting pose. So lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. We're going to twist our down dog now. So with your inhale, lift your right foot off the floor. You can just lift it a little bit and look under that armpit, or raise it high overhead. Bend your knee, drop the foot behind you, and look under that right armpit with your right knee very high. Press into the left foot in both hands. We're going to step through with the right foot into triangle pose. So shorten your stance just a little bit. You might need your block here. First of all, plant the block on the inside edge of your right foot. Your left hand can plant right there. Actually, I'm sorry, I switched that around. Let's take the pull buoy on the outside edge of the right foot. We're going to rotate open to the left side. So triangle. The hand is high. The right leg is straight. The left leg is straight. Side body is lifted. So you should feel like you're between two panes of glass with that whole body. The rotation to the side. Exhale, bring those hands to the floor. We're going to do that intense side stretch that we did on the mat now while we're standing. So either hands on a block or hands on the floor. With your exhale, lean over that front leg. Bring the forehead towards the knee. So from pyramid to intense side stretch. We're going to step forward into forward fold. With your exhale, come down into that fold. Inhale, tall to stand. Exhale, sweep the arms up to chair. Inhale, stand. Exhale, fold. Step back with your right foot, then left foot to plank, and you can finish this low flow or take a rest. So lower down, chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. So we'll twist that down dog now on the left side. So with your inhale, lift the left foot. Drop the left heel behind you with that left knee high. Look under your armpit. Breathe. With your inhale, stepping through between the hands. Remember, we're coming into triangle. So shorten your stance. Plant that block on the outside edge of that left foot. And we're going to revolve that triangle open to the right side. You can do that to the floor. You can even do it to your shin in triangle, however high you like to be. Another way to get into triangle, instead of from the floor up, is to come into that short stance, open your arms to the side, send your hips back, and then revolve that triangle down to your ankle or to the floor. It's up to you. Exhale, rotate towards the front of the mat. So our leg is straight here. You can extend out into pyramid, lengthen the torso. Take a breath. With your exhale, lean down over that front leg. Drop your head towards your shin. Intense side stretch. Awesome. We're going to step forward into forward fold. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tall to stand. We're going back to chair. So exhale, sweep those hands behind you. Lift up those hands. Exhale to airplane. Inhale to chair. Exhale to airplane. Inhale to chair. Strong through the abs. Exhale to airplane. Inhale to chair. Stand. Exhale, fold. Inhale to monkey. Exhale to fold. We'll step back with our right foot, then left foot to plank. You can finish that low flow. Exhale down. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. So the same thing with that down dog. We're going to inhale this time the left foot up. You can twist that down dog, or you can press into that right hand and flip your down dog. So press into the right hand, the left hand lifts as the left foot drops, and lean over upside down, reaching above you in that wild thing or flip down dog. So we're going to make a big move here if you flipped your down dog. Press into the right hand, flip back over, step all the way through, and lift off of your right foot into Warrior Three. So you can come into those airplane arms in Warrior Three, or you can lift the hands forward, engaging those abs. You could have them down to the floor or to the block, whatever your choice is for Warrior Three. With your next inhale, we're going to come tall through stork. Oops. Wiggle around. Hands come high. Knee is lifted. Cross your right knee over your left and sink down either with your hands open in stork or just coming into that nice sunken pose. That's a lot on that left leg, isn't it? And come tall. And uncross. We'll just shake that out a little bit. Get yourself situated again. We'll finish that up on the opposite side, and that'll be our last series. So with your inhale, lift tall. Oops. Exhale, fold. Inhale to monkey. Exhale, fold. Sweeping up into chair. Exhale, fold. Airplane arms. Exhale, sweep up into chair. Airplane arms and fold. Sweep into chair. Airplane arms and fold. Sweep into chair. All the way up tall to stand. Exhale, fold. Inhale to monkey. Exhale, fold. Step back this time with your right foot, then left. Finish that low flow if you want. Lower down. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. With your inhale, lift that right foot to the sky. Now either stay here in 3-point down dog or twist your down dog, or press into that left hand. Raise the right hand as you flip over into wild thing. We're coming back to that big twist if you're here. Exhale all the way through. Inhale all the way through to that lunge and lift up into warrior three. So that left foot comes up off the floor. The hands can stay at the floor for balance or come to your sides with airplane arms. Maybe you're working with prayer hands. Maybe you're sending those hands out in front of you. Inhale tall up through stork. Maybe you tiptoe. Cross that leg, left leg over right. Maybe bring your hands to prayer as you sink down. And release it all. Let's come down to our mat with our rear ends. We're going to come down onto the floor, onto your back. Checking the time. Okay. Come onto your back side. We're going to stretch a few more times with our legs quick. Bring your knees into your chest, a nice tight tuck. With your exhale, take the knees wide. Inhale together. Exhale wide. Let's take our feet towards the ceiling in that wide kneed position. You can reach through your legs towards the ceiling, go underneath and around to the outside edge of your feet for happy baby. You can rock from side to side if that's comfortable for you, using your abs. You can take hold of your big toes and try a straddle, a reclined straddle fold. You can even have your knees bent a lot to do that. That's okay. Just extend as you can or bend as you need to. We'll lower the feet to the floor. With your inhale, lift your right foot up, cross it over the left, take your right knee wide, reach through to your left shin and pull that towards your chest. So reclined pigeon. A nice hip stretch. And breathe. Exhale, lower that left foot down to the floor, uncross the right. With your inhale, extend the left. Exhale, put it onto the left or the right knee. Open that left knee wide. Inhale, lift up, grab hold of that right shin, pull it in towards your chest, and stretch. And lower everything down to the mat. We'll extend those legs long. Find some symmetry in your body. Your ankles parallel to one another, your hips, your shoulders. Find that good parallel position on the floor. Let your feet fall wide and open. Maybe you place one hand on your heart or sternum, one hand on your belly. Just notice your breath now. Inhaling, filling the lungs, exhaling. The lungs lower, the chest lowers, the belly lowers. Big belly breath. As you lie here, just maybe notice how your thoughts and breath have changed since you first got here to practice. Take some time to imagine Just one space that you're in. Focusing just on one comfortable place. Staying your mind in that one spot. Maybe you're watching the ocean waves lapping onto the shore. Maybe you're watching some grasses blow, maybe in a forest, maybe at a lake, maybe a waterfall. But just find that one place and think only of that one place for the next few minutes. And just take some time to start wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers again, bringing some awareness back to the body. Maybe you bend your knees. If you're at home or you're in a place where you can afford to stay resting or relaxing longer, you may choose to spend some time in that mindless place or mindful place, however you want to look at it. But if it's time for you to end your workout, then you can just roll onto the side and press up to seated. Maybe you'll come into hero's pose where you're sitting on your ankles if that's comfortable for you. Not everybody likes that. You can also curl your toes under and sit on your heels to give yourself a nice toe stretch. It's up to you. You can sit in easy seat or whatever seated pose is comfortable. With your inhale, lift your hands overhead, touch your palms. Exhale, bring those hands past your face. Follow them down to your heart. Drop your nose to your fingers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. My thanks for a great practice today, everyone. Namaste. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'm going over to watch my own daughter and her team swim at the NCSA Championships in Orlando, so we'll be at the Justice Center. So hopefully some of you might even be there, not even sure. So enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on Wednesday.